Okay, so we are finishing up the sedition editing. I wanted to finish the video and I'm so glad I did because of the ending was great. So now we're back to SCP Illustrated 1762. Where the Dragons Went is what the other thing is called on that. So yeah, let's just get into it, man. There's no reason to hesitate. You already know what's happening with everything else, right? With the editing and the reviewing, it's the same as basically everything else. And let's just push through, man. No, nothing about this hasn't been referred to at all. So I'm assuming this is just like a kind of like a one-off of the files. So
good day, everybody, and welcome to SCP Illustrated, Entry Log 56. Today we'll be looking at SCP-1762, also known as Where the Dragons Went. Now, this is my first neutralized SCP, and please note this is quite a sad one as well. So get
some sad moments. Okay.
Description: SCP-1762-1 is a plain cardboard box that is 32 cm by 20 cm by 26 cm. It is spray painted silver on the interior and exterior, and the words "Here be dragons" are handwritten in black permanent mark on the lid of the container. Opening the lid of SCP-1762-1 when it is not in the process of a release reveals it to be empty.
Okay.
SCP-1762-1 will infrequently open and initiate a release of SCP-1762-2. During this time, the box will briefly emit a large amount of black smoke that quickly dissipates. It takes an average of 20 seconds for SCP-1762-2 to emerge after the smoke clears. SCP-1762-2 is the collective term applied to the beings that emerge from SCP-1762-1.
We're assuming those are dragons, right?
All instances of SCP-1762-2 bear resemblance to various types of dragons, in both Eastern and Western depictions, albeit in forms similar to that of origami models. Analysis of SCP-1762-2 reveals that they are composed of kami paper.
Kami paper. Paper like the hard paper they use for origami and stuff. Cute. Okay, got it. So yeah, they're literally origami.
After exiting SCP-1762-1, instances of SCP-1762-2 will fly together in large groups and interact playfully with any nearby personnel and each other.
That's awesome, actually.
SCP-1762-2 vary in length from 9 to 30 centimeters.
Jesus Lord.
All are capable of sustained flight once they exit SCP-1762-1 and have been recorded attaining speeds of 15 kilometers an hour.
15 kilometers an hour. $8 miles to 10 miles per hour? That's pretty good.
The number of SCP-1762-2 varies from each opening of SCP-1762-1, with numbers ranging from 50 to over 400.
Wow. Okay, so you know, you gotta contain yourself when something like this happens. You gotta find out what kind, because it's sort of neutralized, it's kind of sad. Got that. But like, are they dangerous? Are they eating children? You know, I gotta just really I gotta feel them out. So I like this one.
After approximately 2 or 3 hours of time spent outside of SCP-1762...
This would be great at like homeless shelters or like, you know, for like kids in homes and stuff. I mean, this would just be excellent for playgrounds and shit. I mean, this is a great SCP.
All instances of SCP-1762-2 return and fly back into SCP-1762-1. During this time, SCP-1762-1 will once again begin emitting smoke, and instances of SCP-1762-2 will vanish after passing the rim of SCP-1762-1. SCP-1762-1 closes once all SCP-1762-2 have returned to it. The next date of release is inconsistent.
Okay. It's solid.
A message written or carved into a varying material will sometimes materialize on top of SCP-1762-1's lid once the box retrieves all instances of SCP-1762-2. Attempts to send a message or recording device back with SCP-1762-2 have provided negative results.
That was about to be so cool, but okay, it says
These
negative.
documents and their appropriate dates of appearance are being compiled and recorded. Special Containment Procedures.
Which is what? Who cares? This is great.
SCP-1762-1 is held in a standard containment unit at site. During the periods when SCP-1762-1 releases SCP-1762-2, video logs are to be recorded for future research. Although instances of SCP-1762-2 have been deemed harmless, they should not be allowed to exit their containment unit.
Is that because maybe there's a negative response if it doesn't get the dragons back, maybe, or something like that? It'd be dope if they stayed out there with grow into full-size dragons or some shit. That'd be dope.
Addendum.
But I get it. It releases the things, it absorbs them back, and then they go away until the next time it happens at a random time. I do understand it. For some reason, so many people think I don't understand way more just because I don't repeat it back verbatim. Okay, I can understand their words. I'm just exploring my imagination that some of you might be devoid of. Jesus Lord.
1762-01. On 2000, SCP-1762-1 began to undergo a series of events that lasted 11 months and 28 days. These events, as well as prior incidents that led up to the beginning of the scenario, have now been classified under the title of the Jabberwocky event.
I love that name.
Addendum.
I do like that name.
1762-02.
I love it.
Documentation of the Jabberwocky event.
The SCP stuff is consistently really medical almost with their logs and almost like reading a spreadsheet, which I don't mind any goddamn ways. And then they'll do funny things like naming them these absurd names. It's just great. It's got so much color to it. It's just accurate note-taking,
2004.
I like it.
This is the first recorded instance of SCP-1762-1 opening while contained at site. You have found us. Thank you. It has been so long since we last saw each other, friends. The peace has been upheld. The giants and the behemoths have kept their word and have not caused any trouble since you last came and gave the order.
Lit!
We missed your company. How has your family been? Do you still manage to work your room? You are welcome to visit anytime.
Yo, you could go in there.
Document 1762-4.
Send a man in
Date
there.
obtained 2004. It's strange to see how much your world has changed. It is even strange to see how we now appear in this place. In fantasy, we are much bigger. Or maybe you've grown taller. Fantasy is still the same. We hope you can visit us like you used to. Though our room is as grand as ever, it appears yours has shrunken. We do not understand. The rooms were supposed to be maintained as was our agreement. Please restore the belief. Document 17.
Okay, alright.
62-6.
The plot is thickening, and I like it. It's molassesy.
2005. Only 20 instances of SCP-1762-2 appeared during this event. Said instances did not lift off and instead walked slowly on foot for the whole period they were out of SCP-1762-1. Friends, we apologise for our few numbers. We have had to remain in fantasy for quite some time. The others are growing impatient.
Oh, shit.
We are trying to keep the peace, but please, for all of our happiness, repair the room quickly. We know you are trying. Your family is the most imaginative of us all. Document 1762-14.
It's like the,
Date obtained.
Oh man, that fucking movie about when the toys come to life in the cabinet or whatever.
2000. Along with 10 instances of SCP-1762-2 appearing, 3 balls of yellow crumpled construction paper were expelled from SCP-1762-1. These pieces were observed to shake violently for 5 seconds, then ceased all further movement.
Aww.
They were picked up by SCP-1762-2 and returned to SCP-1762-1. The giants were foolish. Your room was not ready to accept them yet. We're sorry, friends. We hope that we can still see you, but time is growing short for our happiness.
Bro, what is going on? Why are you not helping it?
1762-15. Date obtained.
Why are you guys doing this?
5 instances of SCP-1762-2 emerged, carrying said document. They immediately returned to SCP-1762-1 after depositing it on the floor. Tensions are rising. Fantasy is becoming darker. We, the serpents and the hybrids, are furiously trying to hold them back. but the giants and the elves wish to strike and make an entrance. They say that your family has grown stupid and ignorant. We hope this untrue. It would sadden us all greatly to know that you have forgot.
What are you talking about? Stop being
Document
so vague. We have some good ideas, right? It seems pretty obvious where this is going, but it's just cute that they're just being so vague about it. So the Foundation's like, there's nothing I'm going to do to help this.
Date obtained. 2000. A single red instance of SCP-1762-2 emerged from SCP-1762-1. Its wings were torn and it was noticeably crumpled. It collapsed onto the floor 1 minute later and did not move again. Upon its expiration, the body of SCP-1762-2 rapidly unfolded and revealed a message written on the white side of the paper.
Oh, Jesus.
War. Goodbye, friends. 2 hours later, SCP-1762-1 opened and emitted flames that reached 2 meters in height and temperatures of 1700 degrees Celsius. Sounds of distant roaring were heard from within SCP-1762-1. At 2000 hours, a large amount of torn paper pieces and paper balls were ejected from SCP-1762-1.
Jeez.
Several damaged SCP-1762-2 were also expelled and were deemed deceased upon examination. SCP-1762-1 continued to sporadically open and close for the next 6 weeks. During this time, it continued to emit fire as the amount of paper discharged from it steadily decreased. Matter resembling muscle and tissue were continuously expelled from SCP-1762-1 at increasing frequency. SCP-1762-1 remained closed and inactive for the next 7 months. Document 1762-17.
I hate that they cut out the fucking dates, man. I'd love to see where we're at
2000. Right now. This document was discovered lying inside the interior of SCP-1762-1. It was written on parchment and many of the words had been blurred or stained with blood. Are you still out there, friends?
Oh, they're still alive!
We miss you dearly. Fantasy is no longer safe. Our haven, your beautiful creation, is gone.
Giants are dead, so they won that.
The centaurs are dead.
They won that.
The birds have fled. We're going to bury your room. We cannot risk hurting you. This is our goodbye. Maybe one day your family can build another room. This may be a hollow hope, but we will cherish this thought.
Dude, maybe.
1 hour later, SCP-1762-1 began to shake and emit smoke for 15 minutes, after which it began to sag and collapse. Several portions of the box began to char and tear, creating small burn holes throughout. The words "Here be dragons" on the lid of the box were burned away.
Maybe this is like a SCP created by like a kid or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a foster's home for imaginary friends kind of deal. That'd be kind of dope.
Document 1762-18. Date obtained. 2000. This is the final message obtained from SCP-1762-1. It was written in ink on a papyrus scroll, and also depicted a scene of a painted mountainous landscape filled with large trees and waterfalls. A single-winged dragon can be seen in the background. It appears to be flying away. The message is written in black ink in the bottom right-hand corner. Master says that we won't see you again. We are sad. So are the remaining others. We once filled each other's heads with dreams and goals. It is so sad that we cannot share them any longer. Master says we have to go. He says that he will make us a new fantasy. And he says you cannot be part of it.
What?
We are sad. We love you. We will not forget you. And we are scared.
Shut up,
Will you forget us? Upon removal of document 1762-18, salt water began to leak from SCP-1762-1, and the burn marks that covered the container began to disappear. 3 minutes later, SCP-1762-1 had been restored to its original states. The words, "Here be dragons," were replaced with the words,
Here were dragons.
The Jabberwocky event is declared concluded with this occurrence. Addendum 3. Since the end of the Jabberwocky event, SCP-1762-1 has shown no further ominous properties,
because it's done
and has
now.
been declared neutralized. SCP-1762-1 and 3 deceased instances of SCP-1762-2 now reside in researcher Yoshihiro Takanaka's office for commemorative purposes.
Yoshihiro Takanaka, it's a great name.
Addendum 1762-04. Update December the 31st, 2015. After 8 years of inactivity, researcher Takanaka reported SCP-1762-1 began emitting purple smoke and spontaneously opened at 2300 hours, falling to the floor. It dislodged a single chunk of crystal, later identified as amethyst, and a large leather-bound book.
Amethyst is a great random material that is very mystic.
The contents of this book appear to detail various species that once lived within the world of SCP-1762-2, though from what the author has written, all organisms mentioned are likely extinct.
Right.
This book is now classified as 1762-BOL-1. The amethyst crystal had the following words carved into it. One last time. After falling, SCP-1762-1 continuously emitted smoke for the next 40 minutes, before ceasing all activity. Upon trying to pick up SCP-1762-1, Takanaka reported that the box proceeded to disintegrate upon touching it. Its remains are now kept in a containment capsule in his office.
Oh my god, no! It's really done. It was just vague enough where you couldn't really find out what the heck to actually do about it. You know, do you believe, is the person or SCP that created this still here, or are they in their world with you? What is the room that you are talking about? It seems to me this is kind of like a Toy Story mixed with that, whatever movie that was, where you put the toys inside the little thing and close it and open it and they come to life or whatever. This seems like a mix of that, you know, and when you stop believing, it stops working, and you know, when you aren't looking, they're alive, kind of a thing. And it seems like something happened, and because of the lack of imagination or whatever with the Foundation, or lack of belief, they come out of the box as origami rather than full-fledged dragons. That's but then when you talk about the Master, it seemed almost as if the person who had made the box was in there with them, you know, like fighting this war with them, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what it seemed like. But that was actually kind of sad. He's not wrong. It definitely has that feeling that like you wanted to help, you wanted them to still be alive. Every safe and friendly SCP, I want to live. The Harbinger was the first sad one, the sad meat rocket dog, and 1762, the here be dragons, or rather here were dragons. Very good suggestion. I don't know why you guys wanted me to be sad, but I respect that it is a safe SCP that you wanted me to see. On to the next one, I suppose. Peace. God damn it.